Hey everybody, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop, and today I'm doing a competitive corner review of the Vale of Eternity, and disclaimer that I got a review copy of this one. If you didn't see my recent video, I did create an unofficial solo mode for this one, but it is officially a 2 to 4 player competitive game, and it mixes drafting, where there are multiple cards up and players will take turns grabbing them for themselves, and engine building card combos because the players will sell the cards and play them to unlock special abilities, earn victory points, get more money to buy other cards, all kinds of cool stuff. And at the end of 10 rounds, or when any player reaches 60 points or more, you see who built the best engine and earned the most points. So let's discuss 5 key things to know about the Vale of Eternity. So first, my number 5 point, the least important to know, but still important enough to mention, is the stone economy and the limits on how many stones you can hold. And this is a pro for my taste. So in the game, you're primarily earning stones, the currency you're going to use to summon cards, by selling other cards, and each of the card families gives you a different number of stones for selling them in denominations of 1, 3, and 6. But the really clever part of this economy is that you can only hold 4 of these stones at a time, barring special powers. So you might have some way to earn 1 billion red single stones, but you can't hold them all. But when you're forced to overpay for a card, like spending 6 for this 3 card here, you don't get any change. And with a whole bunch of the cards having abilities that earn you stones, or change how much they're worth, or make them worth victory points, organizing and maintaining your economy game to game is always compelling. My number 4 point is the action phase, where you take the cards you've drafted and summon them and sell them, and this is a pro for my taste as well. Now, this is all the way down at number 4 because often the choices I find are not that hard to figure out. You've really decided what you wanted to do during the draft, but picking which cards you want to sell for their stones, which cards you want to add to your hand, which ones you want to play because you're limited in how many cards you can have summoned depending on the rounds, so you don't always want to play all of them, or you might want to save some big point card until late in the game, but if you wait too long, somebody else might trigger the end game before you get a chance to play it. There are some really cool action choices to be made in this phase, although, like I said, I think the hunting phase I'm about to discuss is more important. But first, let's talk about my number 3, which is a mix for my taste, the most negative thing I have to say about the game, and that's the luck of the draw. Because especially at lower player counts, you're only going to see a fairly limited number of cards in the game, and that's a positive because the game does change up which combos and options are available each play. But on the negative side, sometimes the perfect card will come out that combos well with all the cards somebody else has already played, and suddenly they can earn 20 or 30 points with a single card play. But if that card never comes out because it's at the bottom of the deck, or if somebody's earlier in the drafting order and they can grab that card before the other player gets it, there can end up being really big point swings based on how things pan out. Now, the game is fast enough and interactive enough, and pretty much in all of my plays, the players have been within 5 to 10 points of each other, so it's not like things just go crazy. But if you are averse to luck of the draw, you might want to be careful with this one. But going back to what I mentioned before, the drafting, the hunting phase, that's my number 2, and it is a full-on pro, because this phase is where the most interesting decisions are made in the game. As I said before, it's a snake draft, so the first player will pick a card they want, and then the second player, then the third player would get to pick 2 in this case, and then back to the second player and back to the first player. And there's so much to think about here. Obviously, you're looking for combos and things you want to build together for your cards. You're also trying to think of your economy. Do I want the dragon that's worth the most? Do I want a lot of red gems to use abilities I have? And this is where 99% of the player interaction comes in as well, because you have to be paying attention to what other players are doing and trying to stop them from getting the perfect card for their engine, while hopefully not letting them get the cards for your engine. It's quick, tense, and fun, one of the best parts of the game easily. But what's my number 1? Well, it's also a full-on pro, and I've already kind of talked about it, but to focus on it, it is the card combos you can achieve in the game. Because a ton of the cards have either these end-of-round effects that trigger over and over, or these ongoing effects to give you bonuses for going after certain types of cards, spending certain types of stones, what have you. And the most exciting and fun part of the game is figuring out which combos you want to use, trying to build them, being flexible if the cards you wanted don't come out in the way you hoped. And there's also a really nice sense of pacing and timing in the game, because some cards are focused on the long game, giving you ongoing bonuses that you want to benefit from for multiple rounds. Other cards give you a huge burst of points to maybe finish the game early and mess up somebody else's strategy. So figure out when to play which cards, how cards will benefit other cards, how they can work together and link their abilities up is the main thing that keeps me coming back to this game and experimenting with it play after play. So if you want a fairly quick playing tableau and combo builder with a lot of choices and a lot of variety, even without the expansions, the core game of Vale of Eternity is great. But on the other hand, you might want to avoid this one if swinginess and luck turn you off, because sometimes the way the cards come out can cost you a lot of points. And if you want to sort of see the game in action, I created an unofficial solo variant and played that on the channel recently. Thanks for watching, everybody. Good gaming, and I'll see you at the next stop.